Well, Gary Chicago International Airport bills itself as the third airport for the Chicago metro area. It covers more than 700 acres with 2 runways. It is home to more than 110 aircraft and an Army aviation support facility. Boeing, Menards, and White Lodging Services, just a few of the companies that base their corporate fleets at the airport. Its nearly 9,000-foot runway is the longest in the region other than O'Hare. A year ago, the airport opened a U.S. Customs and Border Protection facility as well. Well, Northwest Indiana is the state's second largest regional economy, and as we mentioned, the steel industry has served as its backbone for more than 4 decades. But there are other emerging economic drivers, like a $40 million data center planned for Hammond, which is targeting companies like Amazon and Hulu. Workforce development will be key in filling these new economy jobs. And joining us now to explain more about the region's changing workforce, pleased to be joined by Center for Workforce Innovation's CEO, Linda Woloshansky. And Linda, as always, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Let's talk about the changing face of the economy and the workforce here in Northwest Indiana. The steel industry still very important. Advanced manufacturing very important. Is it beginning to diversify?
Yes, the economy is beginning to shift with the data center that is here. Healthcare is picking up a lot of steam, which also technology plays a key part to that. And, you know, we do see stronger logistics, and the tourism and hospitality industry also is beginning to influence the workforce and talent development.
Again, I've said a number of times, steel very important still in advanced manufacturing. And it sounds like the steel companies and others are really making concerted effort, even into the high schools, to focus on science, technology, engineering, and math, those STEM fields, and training a workforce for that modern economy.
You know, our career and technical education centers are really working closely with the industries and beginning to take a look at how they can provide more advanced classes for students, which are getting filled. I mean, the students are really responding well to this, and we're seeing a lot of early college connections as well, which, you know, with Vincennes and Ivy Tech, which then bodes well for our university enrollments and continuation of skill development. It's been tremendous to see the connections that they're making with businesses and doing so in such a way that their curriculum is beginning to change, and they're changing their whole methods in terms of the development of their programming. And it is really, you know, focused on those STEAM jobs, so to speak, and, you know, really looking at information technology, with which IUN and Valparaiso University is very strong in.
As you look at that transition from a traditional manufacturing economy to maybe more service, healthcare, is it difficult? I mean, some areas it's tough to transition from that, and the wage disparity can be a challenge. Is it a tough transition? You
know, the transition in healthcare is not tough at all. Where the transition is tough is really taking a look at the information technology area, because people here do not see a lot of IT companies located here, corporate headquarters, or a lot of talk about jobs. But what we know is that so many of the jobs today really require IT skills, and so that's where we have a challenge, and we're starting to put efforts on helping people understand how they could really advance with those skills.
As we look at the future of workforce here, efforts to attract people from Chicago and other places here, how does that play into the mix? You
know, interestingly enough, the placemaking efforts are helping with all of that because of the changes in many of our communities, making them more attractive, and also then the dual tracking effort that's going on is bringing people here as well as keeping people here in Northwest Indiana who otherwise might have gone to Chicago to work, are now staying here.
Yeah. Linda Woloshansky, the CEO of the Center for Workforce Innovations.
Thanks
very much for some great perspective.
Thank you so much.